Some people document everything, every meal, every outfit, every moment. And then there are people who step out of frame. They dodge the camera. They cringe at selfies. They disappear when the phone comes out. Most people assume it is insecurity. But psychology tells a much deeper story. Because what looks like a simple dislike for photos can actually reveal how someone experiences identity, attention, memory, and self-worth. Today, we are breaking down the psychology of people who do not take pictures of themselves. And by the end of this video, you might understand yourself in a way you never have before. For many people, the camera does not feel neutral. It feels evaluative. In a culture saturated with edited faces, filters, and curated perfection, your brain has been trained to compare. Not against real humans, but against impossible standards. Psychologists call this social comparison theory. When someone sees an unfiltered photo of themselves, their mind does not ask, "Is this accurate?" It asks, "Does this measure up?" Avoiding photos becomes psychological self-protection. No photo means no evidence. No proof that the gap exists between how you want to look and how you think you look. This is not vanity. It is survival in a visually aggressive culture. Now, let us talk about a completely different group. These people do not hate how they look. They hate attention. The moment a camera points at you, everything changes. People watch. They wait. They expect a performance. For introverts and people with social anxiety, this moment feels exposing, like standing under a spotlight with no script. It is not about confidence. It is about vulnerability. In a culture that rewards loudness and visibility, choosing not to be photographed can be an act of self-regulation. A way to stay safe, grounded, and unseen when being seen feels overwhelming. Here is where things get deeper. Some people avoid photos because the person in the image does not feel like them. There is a psychological phenomenon called depersonalization, a sense of being detached from your own identity, like watching your life from the outside. For people who experience this, seeing a photo of themselves can feel unsettling, almost uncanny. They do not recognize the image as their true self. It feels foreign, disconnected. This is especially common in people who have lived through trauma, chronic stress, or depression. Avoiding photos becomes a way to avoid that discomfort. A photo freezes a moment, and once it is taken, you lose control. You cannot adjust your posture. You cannot soften your expression. You cannot explain the context. That 1 second becomes permanent. For many people, especially those who grew up with yearbooks, tagged photos, and online sharing without consent, this loss of control creates anxiety. It is not about self-hatred. It is about agency. They do not want someone else deciding how they are remembered. Now, here is the part most people never talk about. Many people who avoid photos have a rich inner world. They value experience over documentation. While others are staging the perfect shot, they are actually living the moment. Research shows that when people constantly photograph experiences, their memory of the event becomes weaker. The brain outsources the memory to the device. But people who stay present encode moments more deeply, emotionally, sensory, fully. For them, the memory matters more than the image. They are not trying to prove they were there. They know they were. Not taking pictures is not always healthy. If it is driven by shame, fear, or self-rejection, it deserves attention and compassion. But sometimes, it is something else entirely. Sometimes, it is self-trust. A quiet confidence that does not need validation. A sense of identity that exists without an audience. A life that does not need a highlight reel to feel real. So, the next time someone says they hate taking pictures of themselves, do not assume insecurity. Ask a better question. Are they afraid of judgment? Or have they simply learned that their worth is not measured in pixels? Understanding the why changes everything. If this video made you see yourself differently, subscribe for more psychology that actually explains human behavior. And if you want deeper insights into how the mind really works, join our community. The link is in the description. We will see you in the next one.